Well, I started the stream because I did not think it would take like 5 minutes just to open Epic Games Store. Well, that's probably a little loud. Probably a little loud. Wait, what are journal rewards? How do I claim those? Oh, look at that. Guess I'm gonna get Ike soon. Wait, I had another treasure. Fade chance? That'd be nice. But crit chance would also be nice. Go with evading. I'm always a big fan of evading. Cars are dangerous weapons. Ban cars. I'm okay with that. Scrap all the cars, build trains. I knew you would be, yep. How was your day? I'm very tired. How are you? I slept very poorly. Thanks in no small part to my mom buying the cat the most annoying bird toy ever and it refuses to die. Lack of days. I had plenty of days off. That is not my issue, that's for sure. Oh, I have to take the gondola to the warehouse. Cool. Where's the gondola? Oh, over there. Your cat playing with a bird toy that's like the loudest thing on earth next to your bed all night. We'll do that too. He really loves that toy, which I really wish she would have bought him a less annoying toy that he loved. Oh, a screaming baby. Yeah. The Jagged Hook's warehouse. New rest point conversation.
You are right.
You don't seem yourself.
Yes.
You are doing all that you can, perhaps.
Let's see. Well, at nighttime, it makes me recall stories of
A legendary beast that eats people alive, crying out their final words in their own voice.
eats people alive, crying out their final words in their own voice. It is said many in the Freljord have vanished in the dark of the night, chasing after the voices of those they've lost. That is why we...
That is terrifying.
Well, it is just a story. But you're right. Brom feels much
It's
better.
terrifying. Glad it made Braum feel better. Glitter found a Houndoom, but couldn't catch it. Sad. I'm not gonna start it until I can stream it. So after this, maybe. I mean, the reason that I'm not playing it is because my capture card's packed. So it's whenever I move. Saw a thing like Genki at our Walmart for like $20. What? Genki like the series of Japanese textbooks? Or Genki like the many other things that use that name?
That'll teach you.
HDMI to USB? Oh. Yeah. I mean, I already have a capture card. For me, it's just packed. Like everything else. Has been for
Another notch on my gun.
6 weeks.
Waste of ammo.
We bring motion.
This is it. And stay down.
Thought about getting one for me, but I have nothing to cast. Well, that would put a bit of a damper in it.
Your defeat will be your greatest lesson.
I got my Switch for free, so I can't complain. The one Switch I bought that still isn't opened, my second Switch, is now worth like $1,200, so I can't complain either.
The streets.
I looked it up the other day.
Even bolder thanks.
I knew that one would be worth a fortune. Got her a gray Switch, she forgot it when I went up there, so they bought her the blue one she wanted. Oh, well that's nice.
We are well.
I had bought a special edition Switch as a gift for someone and then never ended up giving it to them, so I just have it. And it is extremely valuable now. I still have not opened it. The Pikachu and Eevee special edition. The Let's Go one? Yeah, but it's a very pretty console itself.
Could we not just be friends?
See if I can just one-shot you. Yep.
I warned you.
Glitter wanted to come out with Cherry had her first gen. Also, it was hard to find then. You couldn't find it for MSRP. One of those ones that was immediately bought and scalped. I paid a lot for it. I paid probably 400 something for it, but it's tripled in price since then, so.
Hurry up and die already.
You tried.
Palamute amiibo? Oh, right, they changed to dogs, right? In the newer Monster Hunters. You know, I know, Glitterhead mentioned it, but you only played the one Monster Hunter. The same one that I did first, right? When you tried it? The 3DS one? Yeah, because I hated that one too. I was basically just like you, where I played that one and was like,
Let my guns do the negotiating.
I'm never gonna play it again. Isn't the one she has not a real Monster Hunter, though? Isn't it like an RPG? I don't remember, but she was playing it on stream, and isn't it different? Oh, she has both? Yeah. I don't know, that feels like a game that would be so up your alley. Hunting giant things. Lots of preparation for the hunt ahead of time.
Fuse is lit.
For the RPG one, the live action one, the combat is clunky. I mean, it's the same as every combat that's similar to that. It takes some getting used to, but it's no different from playing Dark Souls. But then again, I was just about to say that I think Dark Souls is like the most overrated game ever.
I thought you'd be stronger.
Warriors game of better hack and slash combat. I agree that it feels smoother, but I don't know if it's better combat.
I don't scare, I don't tire, and I don't stop.
My turn.
The goddess blesses us.
It's like this once you figure it out, yeah.
Let's get down to business.
But I also think they might have changed some stuff with this. Also, it was very helpful with this once it started telling me the correct controls. Because when it was giving me PC controls while I was using a controller, it made it pretty impossible to figure out what I was doing.
We shall do this again, yes?
Why don't you heal the most wounded ally? I've played every mainline Pokemon at launch. I have most definitely not. Oh, oops, I forgot to take the ladder.
Motion is all.
so tough. Too easy.
Expecting a thank you?
You know which starter are you on? I don't even know what the starters are.
Gotcha. I warned you.
Chimchar, Purplup, and Turtwig. Oh, I remember those. I'm not really into any of them. I probably won't use any of them. I'll probably pick some theme to do. Let me pause for a second, see which Pokemon are in Diamond and Pearl. So I was thinking about picking picking my Pokemon based on the amount of hentai there is of that Pokemon. But there's no Gardevoir in that game, so there's Lopunny. Unless there's some for I mean, there's some for all of them. I would just have to actually look it up and see how much. I don't know how much research I'm willing to do for a gag. Sure, whatever. A lot of the pokes I like are post-game lock. Yeah, I was looking up what was in the original. Hopefully the trade the global trade thing will be there by the time I play.
You're not gonna see tomorrow. Done.
Hate playing with the traded though, they level too fast. Yeah, but I don't care.
It's over. End of the line.
The goddess will be proud.
Bad luck. Waste
And-
of ammo.
That does you like the new Jirachi and Manaphy? I don't know what they look like. But it really kind of is a spoiler, like when the game's like, do you want to murder this guy who's turning on his people to join your side? Or do you want to let him join? And then it tells you that, like, if you let him join, he'll give you crafting materials sometimes. And it's like, well, that kind of makes the decision easy. When you're telling me that it's not going to turn out to be a bad decision.
Always finding trouble.
And whenever I want to talk to my mom, she's up late again.
Embrace motion.
Oh, hello, Zena. Let me give Kitty a treat. Did Joey's date go well? Nope. Hello, Mr. Kitty. Oh, that sucks. Well, his dates never go well. Joey needs to start lying about his job. Hello, Kitty. Kitty, kitty. Question is that a Joey thing or who he picks? He has the most difficult time dating of anyone I've ever met, because if you think about Joey, think about how Joey is hyper liberal and a pastor. So, the people who would get along with him as a person are turned off by his job, and the people who would like his job are put off by him as a person.
That'll teach you.
So I think he needs to date people he would get along with and just lie and say he's an accountant or something.
Hit him where it hurts.
Or just dodge the question and tell them your job after they already like you. Oh, there's the annoying bird. Or somehow find a super liberal Christian. See, those exist. Yeah, that's not hard. I know plenty of them. He's in a small town in South Carolina trying to find a super liberal Christian. My kicker needs 40 points. It was a defense diff.
Looking bad for you.
30-point difference between our defenses. Alright, but Mom, I had a thought that I wanted to ask you about.
Anyone else?
So, if I have to move around when Dad's here, what do you think of the possibility of having Dad get here and rent a car for him to get to from the airport? Then we can drive ourselves from IKEA and could drive the things that we don't want the movers to have to handle, the more valuable things, ourselves between the apartments.
For the goddess.
Fully loaded.
Why, kitty? Why? Hi.
You shouldn't have done that.
Just like Brom taught.
IKEA wouldn't work out with a dresser? Why not? They don't come assembled. And I said rent a car, you could rent an SUV, whatever. if you get a car, you can fold the seats down. You can put plenty of disassembled furniture in there.
This ends. I am a teacher. Build what I will learn.
I don't know. That's not a very helpful thought. An F3? No. Why would I rent an enormous truck in New York City? I wouldn't even be having him move myself. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. Anyway. I'm glad you put the annoying bird down and came to be nice. All night with the annoying bird. You should discuss it with him? Yeah, but I was first asking you if you thought it was a good idea or not. I mean, I assume if I saw someone with a big truck, I would just assume they needed it for work.
All things in motion.
I would assume they were like a contractor. Because there's no reason you would have a giant truck in New York unless you needed it for work. He's already a crank this morning? Wait, he's up?
How generous. Who's next?
I got up, he said he didn't sleep well? Me neither.
Point and shoot.
You're not as cranky, never have been.
Bad luck, friend.
Unlike both Dad and Ben, I have always been able to wake up and be displeased in the morning and not be a dick about it. $20 in my Jeep yesterday, not even half a tank. You realize that that means absolutely nothing to me, right? It has a 20
What's your story, big guy?
gallon tank. $20 got me 6.96 gallons.
Oh, Brom hails from the Freljord, a distant land of mountains and snow.
And you walk around with no shirt on?
Brom is iceborn. I do not feel the cold.
I've lived on this island my whole life. Never given much thought to what else was out there.
You must visit the Freljord. Meet our fierce warriors. Slay a few trolls.
Hey, it's Joey. We were just talking about you.
You must try our Druvask stew.
Druvask stew? I'll bet
We were
it's-
talking about your dating life.
All this talk of the Freljord makes Brom long to return. But not until my quest is complete.
I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. And who knows? Maybe...
And warm your belly.
No promises.
Ran away as quickly as possible is about expected. But we were talking more about the fundamental issue of you being a very liberal, like, pastor in small town South Carolina.
They have many, but you have me.
That is definitely an issue. Yes.
Not my first fight.
One could say you're a mythical creature, at least a mythical creature for small town South Carolina. You would have no problem finding people to date here. Well, aside from all the issues of actually dating in New York.
Stand down.
Other than it being NYC. Yeah. I don't think it's you personally, it's the South.
It's over.
Gotcha.
Your job in your area expects a certain attitude. Other than part of me that me personally is inseparable from my job and politics. I think you should just lie about your job.
Try to enjoy this.
Back to it.
Dodge the question until you're already dating. Just say you work with kids so they think you're a teacher. That'll make it all seem like I just don't have it. Just say you work with kids. Pretend you're a teacher, man. Imply that you're a teacher without saying you are.
Bullseye.
You're basically a teacher anyway. Also, Jesus, MF does a lot of damage. I guess I also don't have the issue of people assuming you're a bum, because if you can afford housing here, then you have a job. People tend to ask follow-up questions like what grade, what subject. You need to learn to dodge questions, my man. Those are not hard questions to dodge. Just say you don't want to talk about work.
Bad luck, friend.
Later? Alright, see you, Mom, and give me a real answer on my question. Whenever you have time to think about it. Then they just think you're a sub? Okay, that's fine. We're talking about Joey dating a person who aligns with him philosophically in this case, so they probably wouldn't think of those in terms of those strict dynamics. Is that all my stuff for Greenville only? I mean, probably. But it still would help if you avoid talking about your job as much as possible. Hey, Kitty? Kitty, do you have any advice for Joey's dating life? Kitty says to go outside in the middle of the night and yowl. That was his answer. Now we're talking. Yeah, yowl in the night. Go out at night with your tail straight up and meow at anything of the opposite sex. I'm in heat, y'all. That gonna work, kitty? Huh? Wait, cats don't meow at each other. Adult cats don't meow. Unless they were raised by people. They meow to communicate with people. Hiss and growl? There you go, that's hot. Isn't that right, kitty? Meowing is like a little baby language that you kept. So you can communicate with humans. Because only kittens meow. Basically, when you meow, you're saying, hello. Hello. Yo, I don't want to deal with this shit. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Damn.
A fight, if we must.
What? What? Little kitty. Kitty, you need to teach Joey how to pick up the ladies. Or the dog way and try to hump everything regardless of gender or species. I mean, who hasn't tried that? Lucky shot? He hit you in the face with a shield.
Just like this.
I indeed have been down that path and it's overrated. Also, when you're humping anything and everything, the area of consent gets murky. Can a chair leg give consent? I'm gonna go with no. But when it's everything in terms of animate and inanimate in between, and also can't say no. You don't wait for someone to say no, you wait for someone to say yes. The lack of a no is not a yes.
Didn't even sweat.
You haven't been married. I mean, that's true, but also I'm on Twitch.tv, and consent is a very important thing that they don't teach you very much about when you're younger. So, not that anyone's really watching, but they should know, all jokes aside, that, like, not no does not equal yes. I know you were joking, but I think it's an important thing that people don't hear enough about. Role model, Kekheim. Yeah, that's me. Just as long as you don't ask for too many details. You need a yes and a signed contract stating so. Sure. I'm down. The real Kekheim is that I'm legitimately a role model for young people. Yeah, well, teach them about proper consent. Series on sex eventually. Hot. Can you give us the same sex talk that you give your kids? Oh, good. The annoying bird again. I want to hear Joey's sex talk. What? What? You brought this up here? You want to fetch it? Is that what you want? You know, cats don't usually play fetch. Also, now he's mad because I didn't throw it far enough because I hit the door frame.
Fish in a barrel. Waste of ammo.
Let's have you defend so you get a little bit of healing from these tents.
And stay down.
What, you brought back a different toy? Meow. Oh, what? Little kitty kitty. Little kitty kitty. Married missionary only sex? Yes, that's exactly what Joey's gonna teach. I'm sure. Only through a hole in the sheet. That's the way Joey does it. When he goes out with someone and he thinks that they may have sex, he brings Brings, you know, his condoms, his sheet. Where am I supposed to go? Where does that even come from? The hole in the sheet thing. I feel like that's a thing Joey would know. I don't know, Joey isn't paying attention. I feel like he would know. Silver rod and a lucky lore. Hell yeah. Go into the bathroom real quick. Oh. Orthodox Jewish thing. That makes sense. Hi, kitty. How you doing? What? Round. The myth is that they're so modest that they did not need to see. They did that as to not see each other's parts. Wow. How boring. Hot kitty. You can come up here. Instead of just sitting there staring at me. Ready to journey to the Shadow Isles? Sure. Teach you all the sex stuff once I figure out how to do that. How to teach it or how to do it.
This your crew?
It's going to take a bunch of work.
Guess so.
Work. Is it? How to explain it? I feel like you just mostly be honest.
As promised, one
Hi, kitty.
magnificent
Hey,
ship.
little buddy.
That is
You want attention, huh? You want attention. Play, play, play. Attention, attention, attention. That's what you want.
She was
All the time.
recently acquired.
The life of an indoor kitty.
Really? Oh, but I couldn't. Brom is not so good at naming things.
Come on, first thing that comes to mind.
The charming lady?
Brom, you lady killer.
Excuse me?
The charming lady. I like it.
Ugh.
Alright, people, listen up. This isn't a pleasure cruise, so don't get too comfortable. We've got a harrowing to stop. I've got a washed up...
I just mean something I gotta do well.
And remember, from here on out, it's Captain Fortune.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Be a long trip.
Wait. Why is Yasuo going with them? Like, Yasuo was looking for Ari. We found out nothing about Ari. Or where she was. She just wasn't where we were looking, and then she was just missing. And now he's just going with them to the Shadow Isles? Just, you don't know Ari's there. I would say the explanation. Come on, as a man, you don't have to do sex well. The bar is so fucking low. The bar, you don't have to do anything well at all. The bar for a man having sex is so low.
Remember all I have taught you.
Master, I never should have abandoned my post.
Yasuo, what have you done? Have you no honor?
Yone,
Most of my sex is so low.
this wasn't me.
Get it, kitty?
I was only gone a short while.
The joke is masturbation.
Yourself with these lies? Our master bears wounds. Only your blade could have down.
Brother, please, let me through. No.
A haunting melody.
Like when that guy who
Don't let me
tried to make fun of me for being old and told me to go back to my children. Oh yeah, that was amusing.
Ah, yes, The Lone Swordsman. A classic tale.
I was seeking some quiet.
Bro, I have 800,000 mastery on Kled. Obviously, I'm a virgin.
Are we still talking about my music?
We don't know each other yet. But if you're as good as they say, I could use a man like you.
A man like me.
Sometimes my enemies need convincing.
Yasuo is a moody music guy. Yeah, you didn't know that?
Negotiations.
Of course, he sits by himself and plays the flute. Wait, you played the Spirit Blossom event. You should know that.
A missing girl. Whatever she's paying, I promise my terms would be sweeter.
I swore I would protect her. And I'll keep my word.
But he's an honorable, edgy
Beggar.
boy.
Or dead. You remind me of a saying I once heard. Fear the warrior.
Can I have my hand back?
He will set pride before reason. Redemption.
Yes, that hand. I need it.
It's Ionian.
I know it. Don't talk to me about disgrace.
Shut up, edgy boy.
Redemption. I don't care what you do, but for the... Enjoy your solo.
Why does Yasuo have to be in this game? Why can't it be... What would be the most charming, irreverent cast of characters that makes...
Your sailing improved.
Like, if you wanted the most nonsensical champions, what would it be?
And the water is still outside the ship.
I really doubt that's true, Joey, but...
What troubles you?
So if you had... No, I'm talking like Braum,
Yes,
Nico, Lulu...
Rome has vanquished many foes. But what my people
Kled
now
doesn't work with other people. Kled would never be in a group, so that he can't.
with fist and shield.
I admire your strength.
But Lulu and Nico,
Yes, it is one of Rome's most admirable qualities.
In Buru culture, We respect those who take what they want. Strength
Who else?
is what
Vagar?
allows us to
Vagar's pretty funny.
And I suppose we are having a moment now?
Yes. One we could
Wait,
have.
Alawi's trying to smash. Alawi's trying to hook up with Braum.
Brom would love to continue discussing the Buru religion, but with the sea, the ships rolling...
I want to know where Mr. Fortune is. If there ever was a Mr. Fortune, she probably killed him.
Oh dear.
So Yordles, they are the more charming and irreverent one. Oh, Poppy. Poppy.
Oh, please excuse me.
They are the less serious ones.
I like it.
Really? I need to remind you to knock?
Poppy's a goof.
We have unfinished business.
Yes, that's why you're on my boat, heading towards the most dangerous place in existence. What more do you want from me?
Sarah, I can tell you are hurt.
I'm hurt? Oh, yes. Gangplank still lives. Sure, this is obviously not great news to me. But we're going to kill him properly.
I'd be Mr. Fortune. I don't think Miss Fortune would ever get married.
I know his deeds were unforgivable, but I want to make it clear that my priority is not Gangplank's death. It is to stop this heroin.
Oh, Joey, so how about throwing in
Is causing this.
how about throwing in Vayne?
You saw it in a vision yourself.
Just because she's such a sociopath, it's hilarious.
Bound to the Mother Serpent. She has plans for all of us. She needs me to save Bilgewater, but she didn't give me specifics. I must put the goddess first. I don't know how that will affect our mission, but we do not have...
Gragas? Yeah, Gragas would be fun.
I
Just
don't
looking for alcohol.
believe Salawi, and maybe your intentions are pure, but he killed my mother.
Jinx would be fun.
I know. The goddess will send me another sign soon, I am sure. But until then...
Quinn? No, Quinn's no fun. Quinn's a wet blanket.
Above deck, now!
I like Quinn, but she's a wet blanket.
Captain, there's an angry giant headed right for us.
Just like all Demacians are except Poppy.
Brace for impact.
They're all wet blankets. Lilia? Yeah.
Alright, let's blow off some steam.
Oh, that's a big thing. Hello, big thing. Gain a stack of Frenzy when hit, increasing AP by 5% for one attack. So don't hit it too many times. Good thing I've got Alawi here,
Stand down!
who just hits them a bunch of times. Birdman? Yeah, Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. Ivor? Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Taking aim.
Yeah. Alawi with her tentacles is just gonna max that guy's crit. Alawi and Kled is never gonna be in anything. Sorry, but his character does not suit being involved in anything.
My turn.
Who would be a Deadpool-esque character? Kled? Yeah. Yeah, Kled.
Fire.
Does he do shit for his own reasons and give no shits? All we have to tell you, Lycan, is that there's an old thing on the League page where it shows, like, who they're allied with and who they're enemied with. And who their enemy is. And for Kled, it shows every single other League champion as his enemies. And his allies is Lizard, yeah. All he talks about is how, of course they're gonna kill everyone, we're just killing those 5 first. Yeah, well, we didn't say that Deadpool was in the game. We said that the closest you'd get is Kled. Man, Miss Fortune does so much damage. That battle was not hard at all. I feel like I'm over leveled. Oh, a sailboat.
Keep fighting. This mission will not end here. Not against this thing.
Oh, hey, it's Pike time. Toy boat, toy boat. Yeah, I'll use the toy boat, of course.
You, the priestess from the docks. You put the new voice in my head.
I tested you. Yes. The Mother Serpent deemed you worthy.
Worthy. The dark comes to swallow everything. You made them stop. The voices.
Zoe Exillion Saul content. Giant superpowered Star Dragon and young girl calling him Space Doggy. Bro, she's not a young girl, she's thousands of years old, so it's totally cool.
My name is Pike.
Where's Pico when you need him?
Blood Harbor Ripper.
Sarah Fortune. I know you're...
You've killed a lot of good men.
Sarah.
Well, make better choices.
I have seen the truth in the deep
Who would be lawful good?
water.
A lot of people. I don't know, Garen? Vayne? What?
Greatest.
Vayne? No. No. Vayne is not lawful in any way, and she's not good either.
The fool has made power.
Vayne is chaotic neutral all the way.
A whole ship full, it seems. I know a weapon when I see one. That I can use. So long as it doesn't gut me in my sleep. What do you say?
Your terms are...
Shooting someone for breaking your super strict code? It's not a super strict code. It's a, I hate magic, I will murder anything that has magic. That's literally it. She doesn't have a code, she just is a sociopath. Garen, like half of Demacia, yeah. There would be a lot of lawful goods. Yeah. Pike does stuff. I'm not going to use him.
The pain.
Oh, hello, Thresh.
Delicious.
Thresh, what are you doing? This wasn't part of our plan.
Gangplank, you knew my nature when we made our alliance. These souls strengthen my magic. And besides, this island is loyal to your enemy, Misfortune. These fools abandoned you at
No, that is not lawful good. What if her code says women evil, and she seeks to destroy all women? Does that make her lawful good? No, because that's not good.
now it draws the black.
She is literally a sociopath.
It will expand
She literally killed her mother for using magic to save her life, and then she smiled about it. She is Batman, but a sociopath.
Then let us return to my domain. The ritual can finally begin.
All this for Bilgewater. When this demon's done, I hope there's still a city left.
Lawful good can be so strict. No, that's just lawful. It's not lawful. Your code can't be one thing. Your code has to be a code. You don't need to codify something if you live by literally one thing. Magic bad. That's not a code. That's a sentence fragment.
Shadow Isles are even more frightening.
The black mist will be strongest here. Despite the dangers,
A code would be like,
focus on finding Gangplank. No
magic is often used evil, so I destroy anyone that isn't using their magic for good.
I already killed this man once.
What? What do you mean Pike is required at this time? I don't want to use fucking Pike. What? Bro. Well, that's annoying. Want that speed lane cleansing debuff. Undead evil must kill but still be lawful good? Either way, there's no way in... you can argue for lawful, but there's no way in hell I'm saying Vayne is good. Killing what you think is evil, regardless of whether or not it is evil, is not good. Killing your own damn mother for saving your life because she used magic to do it is not good. If it's a matter of perspective, literally everyone is good. Nobody goes around thinking, I'm doing evil right now. To us it isn't, but to her it is exactly. Everyone thinks they're doing what is good or what is right. Nobody goes around thinking, I'm doing evil. Like, they're doing evil because it's evil, not because they think it's evil. Like Pike here. Pike literally doesn't have a brain and a bunch of fish put people on a list and say, murder this person. And then he goes and murders that person. Does that make him lawful good? No, Vayne, I'd say, is neutral. Pike wants to crit. Plunder and death from below. Alright. I'm gonna have to use you. To apply stealth. What does that even do? Guaranteed to crit on a bleeding target. Huh. LeBron kicked from game. What'd he do? As long as he doesn't complain about it, I'm fine. Elbow? I mean, as long as he doesn't complain and then I have to do work. Then... Ike's got a complicated kit, man. What does the toy boat do? Gives a bunch of bonus damage, crit, and evade. Alright, that's going on you, Misfortune. That means that silver bullet can go here on you, Pike. You're all about that damage and crit, Pike. You have no defense. All about trying to crit. Isaiah something. Alright, let's go for the more health so you don't die instantly every time. Alright, I guess we'll save. Isaiah Stewart. Honestly, no idea who that is. I really hate that I have to use Pike. What do you got? I only know LeBron because he's super famous. That he is. He's pretty much the best basketball player of all time. Malawi's my tank now. Rom, I feel, was probably a better tank. You ghost. Sure, I'll gather the lost denizens. Why not? What is this?
What is that delightful aroma?
Just cooking up a little something. Sorry, big guy. Old fa-
It is special. This love.
Yeah, well. Now let's see if I've done as good as your Druva.
Better.
Well, maybe when all this is over, I'll let you...
Thank you, Captain. This...
Everybody loves Braum.
Sharpening your blades.
A habit. The flesh is too weak to dull them, but it brings me peace. Besides,
I suppose it is.
the test. You wonder how...
I do.
I heard. Blood and smoke. Liquid black.
Edgy. Yes, Pike is very edgy.
Calling for you.
Temporary.
He also doesn't have a brain.
Most living things.
I am curious to see if
I don't really.
He just does whatever the fish tell him. There's a chest there. There's not. Oh yeah, can I stop using Pike now? Can I get rid of Pike? Damn it! I used to listen to Fish, but only so many ways you can interpret blub blub. Well, they talked to him through his mind. So. Hey, you stupid flying thing. Needed a lot of drugs to be in the mood for Fish. That is the point of Fish, isn't it? Three-day work week where I don't have to teach on Wednesday night. I would hope you don't have to teach the night before Thanksgiving. How many people have invited you to Thanksgiving? None? They know my parents live an hour away? Oh, right.
Someone clean up this mess.
I'm sure if my answer to what are your Thanksgiving plans was something other than go see my parents. Right, I forget that sometimes people live near their families.
You got a name, I got a bullet.
Sunk 'em.
One of the nice things about Greenwood location-wise, still get home pretty easy. I guess.
Who's next?
If you're into that. Damn. Alawi might actually be a better tank than Braum. She gains so much health from being attacked. My plans are eat and sleep. My plans are do nothing special.
I was just getting started.
So she likes getting attacked. Also can step on me, yes. What is a Marlin Spike? It's for Pike, but I already have a better thing for Pike. Wait, Pike has a 43% chance to crit right now? Damn. Pretty good.
Dark things
And we wonder why Joey has dating issues.
I trust. Not like the deep.
At least the big things down there have.
Ugly faces, but honest ones.
He speaks the truth.
And I hate having to have Pike in my party.
We never stop.
I have no idea. Well, the girls that has worked best for me with have definitely taken the leads. Yeah, I have no idea how to actually get someone to like me. Good luck.
Let me hear you beg. On the hook. Hooked up.
This be you, it'll happen, unless it doesn't.
Wants me back.
Oh, hey, Pike's dead.
The deep. It's louder now.
Does that mean I can use someone else other than Pike? He's dead. He's dead. Let's,
Still gotta fight to win. Hardly worth the ammo.
permadeath. I wish. I would immediately put in Yasuo.
They must be tested to grow.
Waste of ammo.
Got one of the two people who follows the NFL from me and is taking fantasy football seriously is going to lose to the 6th grade girl who is at least kind of trying but has no idea what she's doing. Cool.
I warned you.
I mean, better than losing to Team Mike. $51 points for Jonathan Taylor.
Life is the sweetness of fruit and the joy of battle.
That's a lot of points. I beat my mom because I had 53 out of, or I mean, I had 26 out of my defense, and she got -4. Yes, she did. And I started the Patriots.
So many fools, so little time.
Man, I really hate having Pike in here.
Almost scratched off.
Evasion up for MF. I wish I could see her evasion in battle, but there's a whole fucking inspect mode and it doesn't even show me that. Mist bomb? I don't like the sound of that.
Makes me smile. Sunken. Landed one on the Ripper.
Jesus, he just dies instantly.
Looks like we got an opening on the crew.
I really hate Pike. This community Thanksgiving service with a bunch of people from different churches. The Pike insta dies at everything. Oh, are they talking about Yorick? They're talking about Yorick in those notes. Means I can't go to magic. Wait, why would there be magic tonight? Modern Monday. Oh. Are you still playing elves?
A seal.
Magic is kind of your
Magic. Do not tempt my
something we should.
I can try to.
Time is one thing.
Can I shoot it?
Care to try?
The deep.
The
Too expensive to build a different deck. Borrow mine. Boiled out 8-rack. Oh god, Pike will be separated from the party, and he's already dies in one hit? Oh god. Alright, let's just save here and get off. Good morning, Olaf. I'm just getting off. Have a good day. Olaf and everyone else. I gotta go shave my head before I go into the office. Oh, a slow bro. There you go, Olaf. But alright. See ya.